if we use the color again. But this time, let's do it a little differently. Let's do it in another item. So let's say const color item equals document dot create element li again. Say color item dot text content equals favorite color colon space. But then we don't want to just say some hexadecimal number, right? We want to show the color. So what if we made just a little tiny div with that as its background color? That would also fix our problem of potentially our favorite color being black and the text being in black on top of it. But how can we do that? That sounds very fancy. So in addition to the color item, so we have a list item, right? We append that to a list, and then we append the whole list to a div. Now, we want to create a div, append that to the list item, append the list item to the list, append the list to the div, right? So we're going to make a new div that has nothing but the background color in it. And we're going to append that to this item. So how about const color div equals document.create element div. And color div dot style, right? Dot background color equals favorite color. Then we could say color item dot append child color div. Get it? We create this div, we make sure it's inside the color item. Then we need to make sure the color item is inside the list, right? So list dot append child color item. And then we append the list to the page. So we created a new item, created a new div with a background color, appended that div to the new item, and appended that new item to the list. What's going to happen? Predictions? Let's give it a shot. Dana, age 31, favorite color, something like gold. That's goldish. Go. Okay, favorite color, and then I don't see anything. Let's inspect it. Right click around that place, hit inspect. Here's the LI. Let's expand that. Favorite color, and then look, here's a div. A div with a style, background color, and that color. Why don't I see it? Yeah, it doesn't have any size. It looks like what it did by default is give it a width of 300 and a height of 0. There's nothing in it, right? There's no text, so it doesn't make any space for it on the page. So we might have to explicitly set its dimensions. So let's do that. It's the div that's the issue. So div, color div dot style dot width. You guys know what rims are? We're going to learn all about rims later. Let's use rims. I'm going to make it 6 rims wide. Color div dot style dot height. And 3 rims tall. Oops. Equals. So color div dot style dot width, color div dot style dot height You could do pixels with px. You do need a unit of some kind. We know what pixels are. Rem is relative to the default font size on the page, which in most browsers out of the box is 16 pixels. So that's one rem. Let's try it again. Name Tucker, a man in his dream. A Lucasfilm limited production directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Age. That movie's like 31 by now, something like that. Favorite color. How about that? Let's give it a shot. Oops. Go. Look at that. Totally works. Yes. Yep. I had the height as 3, yeah. 3 rem. No, I mean, not really. It's not more efficient, but we're going to, in the next project, so part of why I do it this way is just to reinforce some concepts, get us used to working with objects. Part of it is the next project, we're going to do a lot more event handlers and a lot more crazy stuff, and if we're already used to manipulating DOM elements and stuff, we're going to have an easier time. And part of it is when we do React, the way React works under the hood is kind of similar to this. So it sort of demonstrates what it's actually doing and how much easier it is not to have to do it ourselves. So we are definitely doing this the hard way. But it's, you're eating your vegetables basically, your JavaScript vegetables. And you thought vegetables were gross. Maybe you didn't, but okay. So what do we do? Display, color, and an empty div. Cool.